Hi, and welcome to Synergy Speaks. I'm Stephanie Alberlisi with Synergy Life Brokerage, and today we've got Josh Pelletier, my partner in crime. How are you, Josh?
Great, Steph. Thanks.
So we're going to go through an iGo case, and really, iGo is our electronic application platform that you can find right on Synergy's website. And I brought up our website here just to give you where exactly it can be found. So when you go to sbkg.com, you're going to look up under Member Resources, and then you're going to go to New Business and Forms. Pretty self-explanatory. We have either paper applications, you're more than welcome to pull yourself. We have another electronic application process, which has a couple drop ticket options for you, or our main platform is iGo, which is the electronic apps. Once you click on this button, it will take you to the iGo screen, which then you will need to create your own username and login, and then you will, let me get you to a new case. It'll take you right to start a new case. When you hit the start new case button, this screen will come up. Please remember, first and foremost, that the yellow actually means it needs to be filled in. You cannot go through the system without doing it. So I'm just going to kind of type in through most of this information as we go along. But Josh, why don't you act more as the advisor? So if you have any questions or any type of interaction with what we're looking at, please chime in.
Sure. Let's do New Jersey. Let's do a term product. Keep this short and sweet.
Okay. And what kind of product have you sold your client today?
Let's do a prudential term.
Okay.
20-year term.
20-year term, perfect. So one of the things that you want to make sure that you are aware of is the fact that there's all different carriers that you can do these types of electronic apps. On the right-hand side, you're going to select, obviously, the one that you're going to do. But if there is an e-sign button right here, that means that you need to have the client electronically sign it. If there is nothing here, it means it's a drop ticket, which obviously is noted on here. But we're going to go to Prudential. Prudential Fast app, actually, even though it has an e-sign button right there as well, it actually is going to be just a drop ticket. Prudential today has a accelerated underwriting program up to $3 million, up to age 60, that you're able to use. And so if you click on this button, it should take you right to the next spot. So Josh, why don't you tell me a little bit about your client?
Yeah, sure. Let's do a 50-year-old male.
Okay.
They use preferred best health.
All right, and I don't know if this is going to let us put in social security numbers, but let's see. Nope, there we go, male. And we're going to put in New York, New Jersey. So as you can tell, the reason why they've asked you for best time to call and the best number to call is because the carrier is actually going to call to complete the remainder of the application. They need to fill out the part 2 or all the medical questions that they're going to ask the client. So it's make sure you try to have their email addresses as well as their best number to call and what times they might be available. Once you've answered all these questions, and everything in yellow, remember, needs to be filled out. We'll go on to the next page, but all of these check marks up here need to be green. All right, so as you go through this information, you need to have the client on the phone in order to complete the application process. Like I said, if one of the yellow boxes is not marked, it actually will not allow you to lock the data at the end of the application.
Josh, just take the period off of Mr.
Oh, perfect.
Doesn't like little things like that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, that was a good mistake there, because if it's not completed or if you are missing something, you're going to get that red question mark to the left-hand side there, and you won't get a green check mark until you go back and fix, what they want you to.
Absolutely. So Josh, why don't you walk us through a little bit about what happens if you have a different owner, or, that's going to possibly be owning the policy?
Yeah, if you're going to have a different owner other than the insured, they can still do that with e-applications, with drop tickets. It doesn't matter. So Steph, I know I think you went in there and selected that the insured was the same owner, but if you selected no, the insured is not the owner, you would get another section there to the left that's going to pop up with the owner's information. You need the owner's social, tax ID number, whatever it is. But that just shows you how smart the system is. It recognizes, oh, hey, we need another form, if you will, to collect the information and move forward with this app. iGo really ensures that you don't miss anything.
Oh, fantastic. And so I've kind of filled out a lot of the plan information. And as you can see, this stuff is just very basic information for you and the client to kind of fill out. It does go through if you have any existing life insurance. If you say yes, they are going to ask them for the additional information. If you say no, you just need to ask the additional question as well. And then you can move on. So these are obviously just very simple questions. This is the agent report. That's really just the information they need from the client, but now we're into the agent report as we speak. They want to know a little bit about how they're going to pay their premiums. And then it's really about basically, the different kinds of questions that you're going to find on the agent report with the client. So I'm just going to answer these questions. You don't have to see the client face to face in order for this to be accepted by the insurance company. It does say the general agent is Synergy Life Brokerage, so it is under us from a hierarchy standpoint. You do not need to fill in our agent number or our agent ID. That stuff is self-explanatory, but I will tell you that if we have not already appointed you with Prudential in this case, or Principal, or whomever you use on this system, you can always just write in pending. Most carriers today will do your licensing appointment just in time when you submit this application. If this is the state of New York, you do know that you do need to make sure your Reg 187 has been completed. Otherwise, this application is null and void and will need to be done again. You can have additional producers, and then you go to next. Okay. So a couple last minute things. As you can see, this is actually pretty quick in order to get through this process. But the main thing is that you need to preview this form, and it does print up all of this stuff so that you can actually save it or print it to your computer so that you have a copy of it. If for any reason you have forgotten, you also can do view forms here. If you've decided to fill out majority of the information before talking to the client, you can hit the save button, and you can always go back in to open up your case later on down the line once you have the client. After this, you read through these disclosures, you attest to it, and you lock and proceed. Now, once you've done this, you're going to apply your e-signature. Josh and I recently found out that if you have locked this application and you have forgotten something else that was in one of these positions, whether it be, the purpose of insurance, something that you need to change, beneficiary or something, you need to call Josh or myself to have this unlocked. Unfortunately, the way Prudential does this is that once you've locked it, you can't go back in and change something, which is okay, but we have the capabilities on the admin side of iGo to make that happen.
Yeah, and Steph, that will, let's just remind everybody, that will depend on carrier. I was working on a Securian case the other day, and I was able to unlock that as many times as I wanted. One thing to note, though, if they have done any sort of e-signature, if the advisor has done any sort of e-signature, that will be null and void after you unlock it. So once you hit lock again, you will need all new signatures.
Excellent. Is there anything else, Josh, that you think the advisor should know about when it comes to iGo?
It really is You know, it really ensures that all the necessary information is getting to the carrier. iGo apps that are submitted are 100% in good order when they arrive to the carrier. I read a stat yesterday that 65% of all paper apps are not in good order. So this is a huge time saver for the agent, time saver for the client. You know, the agent's getting paid faster, the client's getting their insurance faster. So it's really a win-win for everyone.
Well, that's great. And I think in today's challenging environment that we find where we're obviously in a contactless world, we really want to find ways of making sure that we can get more families protected. And this is a great way to use it through this eApp platform.
And one other thing, Steph, that advisors should know is you don't have to do this all in one sit-in. You can always go to your cases, see a list of the pending cases that you have there, come and go as you please. Certainly the easiest way to do it is just, knock it all out at once with the customer. I mean, these are meant to do with the customer. You won't always have the information, but you can save these and come back to them. They do stay in your queue or in the My Cases system for 120 days. As long as you keep modifying them, the 120 days will start again. So that's something to note as well.
All right, well, that's fantastic. So thank you for joining Synergy Speaks, and thanks, Josh, for having us today on and going through this great process. And if anybody has any questions, please reach out to Synergy Life Brokerage. Thanks, Josh.
Thank you.